Hey, do you still remember this logo? That's the logo of Huawei, the technology company which was in April 2020 the biggest producer of smartphones just before Samsung and Apple. Do you still know anyone owning a Huawei mobile phone? No? So, what happened? Let's find out. Before we start, I need your help. I already published a few videos, which are the first that I have ever made, and I'm still learning a lot about editing, voice recording, and how I can present these topics to give you better content. If you're interested in economics and economic history, please subscribe to my channel, leave a like, give me some love in the comments, share this video, and also let me know in the comments below what other topics I should cover for you in upcoming videos. With that out of the way, let's go back to the video. Maybe you're already saying, oh yeah, Huawei. Isn't that the company who spied for the Chinese government? Well, did they? And where does this allegation come from? Beginning of 2019, Huawei was about to take the crown as the biggest smartphone seller in the world. Just the South Korean company of Samsung was in front of the leaderboard. With high technology for lower prices, Huawei was a tough competitor to Samsung and Apple. Everything was said that the Chinese company will win and become the most important manufacturer. It was not just about copying the models of the other companies, developing and researching new technology, resulting in more and more patent applications from the tech giant themselves. Especially in the developing of the 5G technology, Huawei was a leading competitor worldwide. As we have more and more smart devices, the Internet of Things, and even starting with our autonomous driving, a good infrastructure and capable net is required. That's why we need the 5G and even better technology like 6G. All you need for this is produced and provided by Huawei at low cost for high quality. By mid-2019, Huawei was under constant attack by the American government. Accusations, threats, limitations, and finally an executive order by the former President Trump, which basically banned Huawei.
We're not doing business with them, and I really made the decision. It's much simpler not to do any business with Huawei.
All based on the allegations that Huawei is using their technology to spy on other nations and providing the Chinese government with the data. Pretty strong allegations from a country which has a proven track record of doing the same, even to allies. As Trump put Huawei on the so-called entity list, companies which are operating in the US are not allowed to make business with Huawei. This includes companies like Google, Qualcomm, Intel, and Microsoft, or any other multinational company. One of the biggest consequences is that Huawei cannot use a lot of features which are part of Android, including the Google apps like YouTube, Gmail, or even the Play Store, which allows users to download apps, and therefore the usability for Huawei phones is internationally drastically reduced. But this is just one side of the medal. Furthermore, the US is putting diplomatic pressure on other states. For instance, the UK. They still wanted in the beginning of 2020 Huawei to be involved in the setup of the 5G infrastructure. However, a few months later, telecoms operators were forbidden to use any 5G equipment by Huawei, even having it illegal to do so. Until 2027, all existing Huawei parts have to be removed. And Trump took great pride and boasted he convinced other countries to not use Huawei.
We convinced many countries, and I did this myself for the most part, not to use Huawei. I talked many countries out of using it. If they want to do business with us, they can't use it. Just today, I believe that UK announced that they're not going to be using it.
A few countries, like Germany, refused to ban Huawei. Until this day, there was no clear evidence given for these allegations. However, this is not the first time that the US is acting or intervening on a global level without any or just weak evidences.
I take the fact that he develops weapons of mass destruction very seriously.
But who cares, huh? It doesn't seem to get easier for Huawei under the new president Joe Biden, as the ban was approved by Republicans and Democrats. But Huawei was and would be an important partner for component suppliers and tech companies. So there are still economic interests by other multinational companies to have the restrictions lifted. On the other hand, the consumers are just buying the products of other companies instead and slowly will forget about Huawei. Huawei is losing their relevance. The profits were plummeting internationally. Just in China, Huawei was still growing and gave them for a short time the status of biggest producer of smartphones. And you can already tell that they're hit hard by the ban, as they were selling in late 2020 their subsidiary Honor. Due to its strong standing in China and the growing influence of China internationally, Huawei still has a solid standing, but still, the Chinese government is probably also not that happy with the influence by the US government. There's no doubt that Huawei as a Chinese company has close ties to the Chinese government as any other Chinese company as well. But as a European, I have to say that I don't trust neither the USA nor China. The US already has a track record of spying on others, and there is no doubt that China will do exactly the same if they have the chance. And to be honest, I'm scared of the Chinese totalitarian government. And even if it's not the government, we all still need to be aware of how many private information we're giving away to huge private firms which know probably more about us than we might like. In the end, even though technology is fun, makes a lot of things easy and is exciting, we still should be aware what kind of information we are sharing and if it's really necessary. In the end, it should be us who are in control of our data. And imagining that we are some kind of transparent citizens, it's kind of sad, isn't it? But am I too negative about this? What do you think? Did you ever had a Huawei phone, or would you be scared to be spied on by China? Do you think the American government is doing the same, and is cybersecurity something that you actually care about? And if so, what do you do to keep your information private? Let me know in the comments below, and do not forget to check my other videos. And if you're interested in topics around economics and economic history, please also subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.